Hello friends, hope you are really enjoying the learning of our course Leadership and Governance in Higher Education. Today's model Leadership and Governance to Achieve Excellence in Higher Education we will deal. For this module we have with us Professor Ashok Kolaskar. Sir, really in this leadership and governance, what is your idea about the leadership?
Before I answer your question, let me thank you, Professor Sanjay Sonawane, for giving me this opportunity of trying to today discuss leadership, governance and excellence that is really required today for this country.
Thank you, sir.
I am truly happy to share some of my views with you and through you with the viewers, because I believe that today India is deficient in the leadership at every level.
That's true, sir. That's true. We are experiencing in today's practices in higher education.
So, therefore, we need to be very carefully look at how we can create the leaders for our educational institutions and how these leaders are different as compared to the leaders in other areas. Naturally, for any leader, there are certain things which have to be common. For example, every leader has to have excellent communication skills.
That's true.
More importantly, these leaders must have the passion as to what they are doing. That means we have to also look at in education, these leaders must have a passion towards education for making the new generation ready to take up the challenges. According to me, a very important in fact aspect of a good leader is his listening ability, in which I think most of us Indians lack. We like to talk, we like to not listen, and in fact we like to stop in between when somebody is talking. So, that a leader has to really make sure that he does not do it. Of course, like in any other area, the leader in education also must have the vision and conviction. In a similar fashion, he has to have a very high integrity, and since he is dealing with young students, with teachers, with non-teaching staff as well as with the parents, I think most important is that his ethics and values have to be at the highest level. A leader has to be also motivating others and must have the positive attitude. So, positivity is what he should be able to transmit. In addition to this, being in education system, he must be highly creative and innovative. These are some of the things which I consider any leader in higher education must have the abilities and capabilities. In fact, there are very interesting ways so many people have talked about the leader. John C. Maxwell has said that leader is one who knows the way, goes the way and shows the way. Very interesting way of talking about person who really can lead and does not force anyone to do the things, but through his actions he gets it done.
That's true, sir.
And many times in fact my student asks me, sir, what is the difference between the leader and a boss?
Okay.
According to me, the leader leads and the boss drives. Most of us drive in fact people, those who work with us, rather than leading them. And there is a nice way that Martin Luther King has said, a genuine leader is not a searcher for consciousness, but a molder of consciences. So, that is what is very important. In addition to that, we will have to look at the leadership now and differentiate between leader and a leadership, because leadership is the activity.
Sir, how you will explain it? Because just now you had nicely explained about the leader. Now you are rightly saying that there is a difference between leader and leadership. but very commonly these words are used synonymously, but there is a difference between, clear cut difference between the leader and leadership. How will you explain the leadership which will be really applicable in the higher education field to move the higher education toward the excellence?
See, leader is a person. Leaderships are really the activities that that person is going to carry out. And therefore, I will say that leadership is not about the title or designation that the person has, but it is the impact or influence and inspiration that he gives to the other. What I mean by that? Impact involves getting the results. Influence is spreading the passion that he has among his team members, and the work that you are interested, the others also should get equally interested in that. Then you have to inspire your teammates. This is what, when is done by the leader, then that group will be called, or that process will be called as leadership.
Then only the leader will establish his leadership.
Yes. And in fact, very nicely Queen Elizabeth II has also put, I think that will be a very interesting way to look at it. She says that the some attributes of leaderships are universal and are often about finding ways of interacting people to combine their efforts, their talents, their insights, their enthusiasm and their inspiration to work together. It is a very nice way of putting it, because once you bring in all that, naturally the whole thing is going to change. Instead of 1 plus 1 equal to 2, it becomes 11.
Yes.
And that is what the true leadership is about. That leadership, when it is really at the of good quality, it is not that it is just going to say, oh, I am also going to do work, you also going to do work, and therefore somehow will complete that. No. You try to do it in a much better fashion, at a much quicker pace, and achieve the goals and set for you and your team, without being thinking that it has been forced on me. In fact, former President of the US, Eisenhower, has also put the qualities that the leadership should have, and he feels that the unquestionably integrity is at the topmost for anyone to have a proper leadership. Without the integrity, no real success is possible, no matter whether it is a football field, whether it is in army, whether it is in office or even in the university system. It is a very nice way, and in fact Peter Drucker, the great in fact management guru, has put that leadership is a capacity to translate vision into reality.
Yes.
And he says that the management is doing the things right and leadership is doing right things. See, there is a very nice subtle difference. Doing the things right, that means somebody has told you what to do, you are just going to do that. That is what is the management, and that is what is the job of a manager. But the leader's job is to also define what is the right thing and then carry out.
Yes, this is really from leader to leadership.
Right.